Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In the previous episode, we checked around the entire NHL to see how the league shapes up after 25 seasons of play, and there are some interesting teams, there are some bad ones, but the future looks bright for the NHL. But in the episode before that, we completed our final regular season of this franchise mode. The last one. There is nothing after this. We played 82 games, and 82 games came and went. And after that, 67-11-4, our best regular season ever. We're missing a lot of key players, though. I would say this team, in the regular season, they're the best. But I personally think this isn't even in the top 5 teams of that I have made of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I have seen some crazy damn teams. The MVP line, and then you had Dubois, you had Big Texas. We had some fantastic seasons, but don't let that be a smudge on this season. 67 wins, 11 losses in regulation is nothing to scoff at. That is a fantastic season. To begin the year, we were kind of slow. We started last episode, or the regular season episode, the first episode of the regular season with, I believe, 4 losses. So in that entire episode, we only lost 7 regular season games, which is just unprecedented. We're 10-0 in our last 10. I'm not sure how many in a row we've won, actually. We can go back and check, because I feel like this might be the last episode ever. I do plan, if we go deep into the playoffs, and if we don't, I do plan on doing an in memoriam series where we check out and just talk about all the players. So Detroit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've won 11 in a row. And we lost one. Wow, we lost one game that entire month. We were a damn good team, and whenever we are usually good in the regular season, we kind of falter in the playoffs, and I'm not totally convinced about this team. We're facing Washington in the first round, and they've swept us before, and we've also beaten them. We have our history with them. But let's go ahead and check out the regular season stats. Let's go more in depth. I want to give you my full thoughts heading into the postseason here. Now, MP3, his second best season ever. He was on pace for about this all season. He had a really, really good season. And this is the last time we'll ever see him play a regular season game. All these guys, it's it. Their career totals are done, and I won't be able to see them progress anymore. MP3 is in his prime. This is the best hockey he's ever played. He's finally over a point per game in his career, almost at 400 goals. At the end of this guy's career, if he plays until 40, he could be a 900 goal scorer if he continues at the 40 goal pace he's at. He's an absolute machine, and I'm glad I have him on my team. And one guy I am so impressed with, Shane Wright. 2 guys, Matthew Savoie and Shane Wright, the first and second overall pick in 2022. Personally, I did not expect that from them. They started off the season solid, but not at the pace that I expected them to finish at. Shane Wright, 97 points, 41 goals apiece for Wright and Savoie. That is so impressive for 40 years of age. Who was the last 40 years of age, 40 goal scorer? I'm not sure. Gretzky, maybe? I'm not actually quite positive about that. So impressive. 1,187 goals for Shane Wright. 2,377 points. It wasn't 100 points in the regular season, which sucks for him, breaks his little streak there. I mean, a few seasons, 41 goals as a 40-year-old is so fantastic. And we're going to need this kind of production in a deep playoff run. He knows how to score goals. He is a threat. Let's just check his postseason stats here for the previous few seasons. 17 points the last time he was in the playoffs. 18, 8-12, 11, 4-5, 18, 40-21, which is just crazy. This guy is a postseason performer, and we're going to need him at his best. Yuri Kovalev, who is winning, or has officially clinched, the Maurice Richard Trophy, 55 goals. It's a little lower. I mean, leading the league, I would expect a 60, maybe a 70 goal scorer with all the talent in the league. 27 power play points, 16 power play goals, 95 points, one of his best seasons ever. Go back here with Arizona, 106, 56 goals. He had a really damn good season with Colombo, and he's on a fantastic deal. What a stud. And let's just give it up for Matthew Savoie, the captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets. These two guys, Savoie and Wright, you know what? They went head-to-head for that first overall selection in 2022. That's just the truth. I think Shane Wright was always going to be that top guy. He was always going to be the better producer. But Matthew Savoie, after moving on from Detroit, coming over to Columbus, being a perennial 100-point player, he's a Hall of Famer. This man has no quit. 2,286 points, 1,288 assists, 2 goals shy of 1,000, which is just freaking ridiculous. This guy has no give. You can't stop him, and he is going to be important in the postseason. Everybody has to be on top of their game. And speaking of being on top of their game, Bobby Friesen. Bobby Friesen was a weird player. I mean, he starts his career, his rookie season, not bad as a rookie. Doesn't jump up much in his second season. Third season, I was expecting more. His fourth season, he a bit better, but he's taking small steps. 60, he goes down. 69, which is nice, obviously. Not the place I wanted him to be at. He comes out this year. He plays fantastic. I know he was playing with better players this year. He was playing his natural position, which is center. He puts up 88 points, which is a career high. And he's always a fantastic postseason performer for us. 7 points in 7 games last year. 22, 21, 12, 12, 18. This guy is unbelievably good in the postseason, and we're going to need him at his best. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Marcus Lindstrom, who was our MVP in the postseason last year. I know we only went 7 games, but he had 7 goals. Okay, 79 points. He started the season really, really slow, and I didn't expect him to hit almost a point per game. He had 17 and 25 at one point, which isn't horrendous, but for a player to have 82 points or a point per game one season and then just drop off completely, there's something wrong there. But he finishes the season really solid, and it's such a shame I'm not going to be able to see this kid grow into a fantastic offensive player. He's already a 90 overall. He is going to be an absolute machine. I think at the end of his career, he could be a 1,000 goal scorer. If he just continues at the pace he's going at, he's going to be just fine. Mironov, who is playing reduced time, goes out there, is a two-way forward in a more defensive role, plus 29, 76 points, 28 goals, just like he had last year. I believe he had 76. No, he had 64. So it was a jump up in that category. His best season yet playing reduced minutes, if I'm not mistaken. He had 3 less minutes, so just imagine where he would have been if we played him a bit more. I mean, we need him in that role, especially with all the talent we have on center. Hugo Bergeron, who we brought him over here to Columbus. He's now officially a third-line scoring forward, which is huge. That isn't going to affect morale very much. 41 last year was okay. I know 70 is a high for him, but to go down to 41 points and a plus-minus at 0 is rough. He comes up big this season, 52 points plus 40. I know everybody's stats are going to be a little inflated just because we won 67 games. You know, it tends to happen. Players who would have underperformed performed better because we won so many games and we had that chance to score that many more goals, right? But an impressive season nonetheless. Robinson Soy comes back to Columbus, 36 years of age. He's going to be that gritty player we need in the postseason. Putting up 46 points on that third line, that is huge. Medvedov, who started the season, we were like halfway through the season, like up until the trade deadline or something, and he had 0 goals or something crazy like that. 16 goals to finish the season, 38 points. I know he would want more than that, but if we need a scorer on that fourth line, he's going to be the guy. I mean, geez, Grayson Murphy had a pretty damn good season as well. 35 points on the fourth line is just crazy. You know, we've had crazy seasons where the MVP line put up 300 plus points altogether, close to 400 some seasons. But this season, I can tell that it's more evened out. Everybody is producing. Even this, 79 overall fourth line forward in Blake Mayers put up points. 28 is solid. But how's the defense looking this year? Abel Carlos, yes, it's Abel. I don't care. Put up a fantastic season. He will be taking home the Norris. I believe there's a defenseman for Toronto who put up the exact same amount of points, but Carlos has that much better of a plus-minus than him. So he's taking home some hardware. I believe his third Norris, if I'm not mistaken, second maybe. I'm not too positive about that, but a damn good defenseman. What a beauty. Mikko Jarvinen, you know, he's not the offensive player that is on this team. He's not an offensive player. He's never a 30-point defenseman. When you can go back, he's usually 25 points is usually his cap. Really solid defenseman. A fantastic piece on this roster. If we need to go deep, he's going to have to be solid on the defensive pairing. Luke Wheeler. He's a late bloomer just like his dad. As one of my great subscribers in the comments said, freaking fantastic. I mean, he's going to be fantastic. If we could see that progression. He's slowly going up. 27 points is a career high. Not much power play. I mean, he had 2 shorthanded goals. And he had shorthanded points. So he's pretty good on that spectrum. 3 less minutes, so he's going to be good. I feel like he's such a very similar player to Abel Carlos. They're a late bloomer. But when they're there, they are there and they dominate. And I wish we got to see that. I'm predicting that he would have a very solid career, very, very similar to Carlos. Matthias Wickland, his sophomore season, his contract's up this season, doesn't really affect me very much. 7th round draft pick, comes into the NHL and is a very solid defenseman. Plus 45, 25 points. That's damn good. Walker Farmer, 24 points, 22 assists. Damn good season for him as well. Foss came in. You know, I was never too sure about that third pairing left spot. You know, a few guys came in. Foss, Huberdeau was in there for a bit. They all played pretty solidly. Foss wasn't even that bad. Pretty solid. Goaltending was so awesome to see. Bryce Barch, who screwed us in Game 7 last year, crapped the bed, but putting up almost a 50-win season this year. 9-12, fantastic. Kavanagh, not a bad finish to your career. He has said that he is going to retire. That is canon, everybody. All the big guys on this team, all the older guys said they're going out, and they want to go out on top. Vyacheslav Kavanagh, what an absolute beauty. There's no doubt in my mind. He is a Hall of Famer. He's the best goalie of all time. Look at that winning record. 714, 228 losses, 47 OT and shootout losses, 78 shutouts. He's an absolute monster. Best goalie of all time. And then this guy comes in, relief, Nikita Brizgalov, pretty damn good, 963. So, high fringe starter, you never know. So the Columbus, it looks kind of bright. Now we're going to run over the entire league stats not quickly, but I will show you. We went over it a few episodes ago, but the San Jose Sharks are one of the best assembled teams in the entire NHL. Almost better than us. Their defense kind of weak. I mean, they have, if I'm not mistaken, they have a few solid defensemen on that team. They have a really solid goaltender. And they are a damn good team. They have like 4 or 5 90 overall players on that squad. And that's scary. I'm just happy that they're in the West, and the only way we would see them is in the finals. 50 goals for the league's leading point scorer, but Yuri Kovalev leads the league with 1 extra goal. Bennett Malone, I'm sorry, bud, but it's Yuri freaking Kovalev who led with assists. Brody Kerslake, 86. Good for you now. Defense, as I said, Morrow and Carlos were tied, but man, oh man, plus 61 to 29. More penalty minutes, though, but it's going to go to Carlos. I have no doubt in my mind about that. Goaltending, it's going to be Bryce Barch. He's going to win his first Vezina, his first ever William M. Jennings, a 9-12 and a 237 goals against, is easily the best in the league. Absolute beauty. Rookie skaters will take a look at that really quick, but Jonathan Parks, 58 points for the Montreal Canadiens, a young guy there for the Bleu Blanc et Rouge. Now, the regular season is over and done with. We have one goal in mind, and that is the Stanley Cup. Round number 1 against one of our biggest rivals ever in the Washington Capitals. They don't have Lafreniere anymore. They don't have Ovechkin, but there are a few weapons on this team that I am a little scared about. Let's start at the top. Eli Ranger is a machine. Power forward, he can beat you up if he really feels like it. Like 30 goals score. I mean, last year he only had 11, but it was 53 games. So he is a damn good player. Perennial 30-goal guy. He is a scary man to center that top line. Then you have Bryant Trotter. I almost said Trottier. I do say Trottier a little bit. This guy gives me nightmares. Every freaking time we play this kid, not kid, he's 36, he scores. He scores goals at will. He's good for 30 goals a season. It was an off season for him this year, though. He missed, 6 games this year. He could have put up 30 goals. I'm not too sure. He wasn't on pace to do that, but an off season. But going to the postseason, this guy is going to be important for the Capitals. Then you got this Zane Schiff here, 25 years of age, medium elite. Also another scary guy. Second line, also looking pretty scary. Oleg Vorbayov, Jonathan Young, and then Byron Adams. So Trotter, Adams, Eli Ranger, these are guys that I am very familiar with. So that top 6 is really solid. Then you got Lawrence centering the third line, Fisher and Korbov. It's not a bad third line. They're pretty solid, but I know they depend more on their top 6 to get them the points. Fourth line, you have Kristov, you have Grebeshkov, and you got Tillett. It's not the best third line, but they probably are more focused on putting out their top 3 lines instead of this fourth line, but they're not the worst fourth line I've ever seen. Defense. I've seen worse defense. Bernard Boutin, who is a former Blue Jacket, played for us, thought he was going to be pretty good. Turned out he wasn't. Too freaking bad. What? Oh yeah, I guess we traded him mid-season. I'm like, did he come back to Columbus? No. Seabrook, Koskinen, Korostin, Schmaltz, and Yablonski. That's an okay defense. I have seen worse. You see, in today's age, 2044, you don't see a lot of absolute machines in the defensive category. It's not a thing that happens. There are some good teams out there, but this is not the worst defense I've ever seen. But it always comes down to goaltending. Okay. CC is their best goalie. He is probably going to be their starter going to the playoffs. Former Blue Jacket. I remember trading him away a long time ago. Let's go all the way back. Traded him to Chicago. He was pretty good there in Chicago for a bit. Kind of dipped off. He's a perennial 30-win guy. Came over here to Washington. Was the backup, so I'm not sure who they're going to go with. Do they have any injuries? No, but Plant. Oh, that is a fantastic defenseman to have. So their defensive core looks that much better. Okay. The Washington Capitals in 2044. Okay. I get it. They kind of limped in the playoffs, 500 in their last 10. I can understand how they could beat us. I do get that. They're a more two-way team, so they can definitely shut us down, but they have elite scorers on that squad. But we have to start this postseason sometime. Game number 1, home ice advantage against the Washington Capitals here. The Nationwide Arena, first period. 4-1 is the way you start out the series. 4 straight. Shane Wright on the power play, first goal for the Blue Jackets in this postseason, and his first in the postseason as a Blue Jacket. MP3 comes up clutch. Mikko Jarvinen, the blue line coming up big, and Matthew Savoie not that long after, and Krebishkov makes it 4-1. Shots are even. Their goalie has been bad. Second period. 5-2. Adams scores, but then Lindstrom brings it back up to a 3-goal lead. They actually outshoot us. So it's really their goaltender right now. We got to slow the pace down, even pick up scoring a little bit. I don't really trust a 3-goal lead in this series. Power play. Can't score. You know, we've given up plenty of leads to Washington in the past. If you want to go back, some of my best freakouts are in series against the Capitals. So treat yourself with a few videos. Just got to go back a bit. Mikko Jarvinen pots his second of the evening. And you know how I was saying that he is not the best offensive weapon on the blue line? He goes out there, puts up 2 goals. I think he got the game winner as well. Matthew Savoie with the first star, 4 points. Absolute freaking beauty. Bryce Bartsch didn't have a bad game. So we lead the series 1-0. A pretty easy game 1 victory. But all the guys came out big there. So we're riding a 12-game winning streak into the postseason. And you know what I mean. Game number 2 here on home ice. Let's see if we can get the 2-0 series advantage. First period. 1-1. A low-scoring affair here. MP3 on the power play and Schiffer on the power play as well. So both penalty kill units letting up 1. Shots are pretty close. Second period. 3-2. Bobby Friesen takes the lead. Koskinen ties it. MP3, is that his second of the evening? I am absolutely correct with that statement. We are absolutely reigning in the shots right now. 26-15. Okay, but it is a close one. Their goalie is standing on his head right now. Third period. Can we hold on? Trotter scores a minute into the frame. Less than a minute, actually. 42 seconds to be exact. Power play for Washington. We kill it off. That is a big potential momentum swing for the Blue Jackets. Can we get one here before the end of regulation? Come on. Somebody's got to come up clutch for the Blue Jackets. Anybody. Someone. Come on, boys. So we are headed to overtime. We are reigning in the shots. We are reigning in the shots. Bryce Bartsch, you got to be good. Somebody score a quick one for us. Power play for Washington. Oh my God, that was a big kill. And they end it anyways. Adams in the overtime frame. And that's why you don't want to go to OT against this team. They have weapons, but we do too. We should have held on for a W there. But the series is all even up, heading back, or heading to Washington. We've been here plenty of times. They break our win streak at 12. Okay, that was a low-scoring affair for us. I'm used to just pounding on these teams early in the postseason, but it is going to be a rough ride. First period. 1-0 Washington. Come on. I know it's late. It's late. It's early in the morning, technically. It's 2:17 a.m. when I'm recording this. Hello, everybody in the future. Boys, I do not want to get angry this early in the postseason. We need to go far, just for my sanity. Okay? Shafir scores halfway through the first. Shots are pretty even. Second period. 2-1, 2 straight. The blue line gets on the board. Walker Farmer. Yuri Kovalev shows up. I don't think he showed up once last season in the postseason. Power play goal. That is a biggie. We lead the Washington Capitals, reining in the shots again. How is their goalie standing on his head? Power play for Washington, and we kill it off. That is a big kill, but we did that in the last game. Can we hold on? We just need to... Can we get an insurance goal, please? Please, Columbus. Something. Anybody. I don't care who it is for Colombo. Matthew Savoie, the captain. That is a biggie, and we take the 2-1 series lead on their home ice. Breitbart with a fantastic game. Yuri Kovalev with the second star. That was a big one. A few low-scoring affairs here, excluding the first game. Okay, can we take both on their home ice? Are they chance to head back to Columbus with the series lead and potentially series-ending game? Okay, first period. 1-0 Washington. A very similar spot, guys. Come on. This Shafir dude, I don't know who he is. Second period. 2-0 Washington. Where's the offense? Their goaltender is not good. I think we've established this. Oh my god. They're reining in the shots yet again. What are you guys doing? They're not us. We won 67 games. Do not make this a 3-game series. Ranger makes it a 2-0 game. Third period. We need to get a quick one here pretty early to make this a game. Adams scores 3-0 power play. Pro Horkin on the power play. Can we get another quick one? 5-on-3, 5-on-4. Nothing, Columbus. Really? You are an offensive juggernaut. And you're going to go down like an absolute wimp. Washington ties this series up, heading back to Columbus. And now it's a best of 3. And now things get interesting. I don't like this in the slightest. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely hate this. Dude, goalie, you got to be better than that. Our offense has to come up. What is happening, guys? Y'all have been abysmal. Friesen, you have 2 points. I'm going to go with that. They have been producing pretty well. No. I'll go with that. Defense, I don't know what it is. You guys got to get a bit better than that. My God. Do I switch? Hold on. Do I switch Vicklin? I'm going to do that. Because Luke Wheeler might. He's a +2 though. You know what? I'll keep Foss down there. Okay, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Okay. Okay. Game number 5 here on home ice. Series is tied at 2 apiece. Been in this situation plenty of times before. First period. 2-2. We score right out of the gate. Fisher ties it up. They take a 2-1 lead. Bergeron ties the game pretty late into the first. We have the shot advantage for the first time in a very long time, 15-10. Second period. Okay. Lindstrom takes the lead. Kovalev makes it a 4-2 game, but Trotter, is that his second of the evening? That is his second of the evening. If there's a guy that's going to score for him, it's going to be him. So can somebody go out there and put a stick through his face? I'm okay with that. Third period. Come on. Columbus, hold on. Hold on for a W. Please do not do this to me. Shane freaking Wright. That is huge. Making it a 2-goal game. A little bit of breathing room. Not a whole lot, but my asthma is not terrible. Okay. Can we secure the W? And we do. We get the W on home ice, boys. That is a huge, Huge victory for the boys in purple. Kovalev with the first star. That was a hard game. Okay, a close one heading into the third. I've seen that many times. But a chance to end it in Washington. Head to the second round. We can do this. We didn't do it last year. We goofed up. We had a 3-1 series lead last year. We have the lead again. You need to close it out right here, right now. Come on, boys. Do it! First period. 1-0 Washington. Vorbayev scores pretty early into the game. They have the shot advantage as well, 11-8. Okay. What can I say? That ain't going to help at all. Second period. And we have the lead, but they take a 2-0 lead. Shafir scores again on the power play. This guy cannot be stopped, but Mironov scores. Friesen scores. The young centerman coming out to play. They tie the game. Mironov, 5 minutes remaining in the second. That is huge. They're out shooting us again. So I don't know what it is. I guess it's the two-way mix on that team. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to be more defensively reliable on that team, and they're going to force more shots. Okay. Third period. Come on. Power play early. Oh, get the dagger, boys. Come on. Power play. Lindstrom gets the power play goal. That could be enough to send us to round number 2. Power play for Washington. A long power play, and we kill it off. That is a momentum swing in our advantage. And the Blue Jackets win here in Washington. Bryce Barch with a fantastic game number 6. Just hope it never goes to game number 7 for him. And we are heading to the second round. Last year was abysmal. This year, the 67-win team heads onwards. But who will we be facing? Asplund has been hurt in the AHL. That doesn't bother me. Who will we be facing? We will be facing the Carolina Hurricanes, the team that eliminated us last year. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.